A lot of people don't understand hard money, especially when you get into business. You're a little afraid, like, well, what is hard money? How does it work? Does the hard money lender fully underwrite your deals? And the question to that is, we don't fully underwrite your deals when you bring them to us.
Turning dreams into deeds is the firm's creed. Flip a house, fix it up, every step we lead. Construction on point, profits we exceed. Full circle's the name, in this game we succeed.
You have to still underwrite your deals prior to coming to us. Because if you bring us a deal constantly that's not a deal, it's going to tell us that you don't know how to underwrite deals, and you may need to go get some training, because we're going to give you terms majority of the time based on the numbers you give us, but we're going to look and verify ourselves. But if we're always looking, you're making us do that extra step. Sometimes your term sheet might be the last one to come out because you're not fully vetting your stuff. So you might want to verify, understand your deal. What do I mean by that? You to understand, what is your ARV? Your projected, sales price when you go sell a property. Sometimes investors that are new, they just go with the highest and best. That's not necessarily your ARV per se. You need to find 2 or 3 comparables so you can kind of get a good indication of, okay, well, if worst case scenario, this is what I'm going to sell for. My best case scenario, this is what I'm going to sell for. I'm going to come in the middle. If it was 320 and the highest was 360, I might come in and say 345 to be safe. If I get 360, great. But if I got to do some concessions, that don't really help me because, it all depends on the product you're putting out. So in the midst of your renovation, you might have, we call these things the ball buster, like your pipe might bust, or you might have to do the whole rewire. That just busted your whole budget right there. So that might have added 10,000 to your budget. So you might think you can sell for more. Yeah, that's true. But you might be losing if you don't understand how to truly underwrite your own deals. So when I say underwrite, it's just basically an analysis and evaluation of your deal. Let's say you find the property is 320, and that's what it can sell for on the market. Now you can't necessarily go out and give somebody 320. You got to give them enough where there's some margins for you as well, because you're going to do the work for 1, 2, 3, 4 months. In this project, the person's going to sell it to you and walk away. That's why there has to be me on the deal. I'm taking up the time, effort, using my resources, not just my resources, but my resources from vendors, contractors, to be able to close this deal and structure this deal in a way where everybody's satisfied. I can't be the one that's flipping the property. I'm not satisfied because I'm making $10,000, $15,000. No one's going to work for 4 months to make $10,000 or $15,000 in real estate in that sense to flip a property. We're just not. New investors might be so happy. They get in a game. They want to do it for content and show it or whatever the case may be. Great. But it doesn't make business sense. Business sense is, hey, I'm going to invest my money. What's my ROI? And if my ROI is not big enough, then I'm just not doing the deal. So for me, I always tell people, you need to make $30,000 on these deals if you're touching them. If you can't make $30,000, you don't need to do it. That's just my philosophy on it. But back to my train of thought. You said a deal with, I think I said 320. So 320. So you might want to buy the property. Let's say the property needs $50,000 worth of work. You might want to buy it for, let's say, $200,000. Because that leaves you enough cushion in the deal. You buy it for $200, you're gonna pay maybe some hard money costs, some holding costs. Let's just say, for instance, let's say you hold a property for 5 months. Hard money and hold costs, insurance. Let's just say, for instance, all that into one sum. Let's say that's $15,000. So you buy it for $200. Rehab is $50. So you had $250. You had another $15,000 for, the hard money, hold costs. Now you're at $265. Now you got to pay real estate commissions on the $320. Let's just say you're paying 5%, whatever the case may be. I'm just going to round this number up. Now let's say that's roughly around closing costs, another $15,000. So now you're at $280. So now you're at $280. Let's just say across the board, you're at $280. So now it leaves you with a good, decent profit to the table. Now, that's just me guessing these numbers here coming up apart. I would say it might be safe to say that I'm missing some things. Let's say $290 across the board for 5 months. That's with closing costs on both ends, paying realtors, title fees, recording fees. Let's say some came up. Let's say $290. So if you're at $320, you're only making $30,000 profit. Now, what most people don't understand in real estate is you got to pay freaking taxes. Let's say you got to pay taxes on this $30,000. So now you're really probably at like $25,000, $24,000. Do the math. Always got to do the math in real estate to see if things make sense for you.
Invest the mind, stacking cash in the vertical. Hard money lender, getting green is surgical. Contractor skills, blueprint to the build. Mentor all the hustlers, teach them how to will. Turning dreams into deeds, got the world thrilled.